11 or 10 or something like that.
Something like that. A couple of goats.
You know what I mean? A couple of PR players. Exactly what we're looking at on the screen. It's Skitz, who is eating. They just go everywhere with him, don't he? Just takes the wraps everywhere, doesn't he?
Artisan wraps. It's the cheese wrapped in like the salamis.
Yes. I think he's got a prosciutto one in there.
I mean, they're tasty. Like, I'm sure he's given you one.
I definitely remember the wraps. I 100% do. We're going to get this one started here.
Power up.
What do you know about this? You're a competitor here. You have a little bit more inside knowledge. What do you think about this match?
Yeah, I'm lucky I talk a lot to Skitz. Skitz does not feel confident for Atomic. A lot of people in the past have said that Wario, he's pretty good in a Rob, has a lot of nice combos, but Atomic, he's played Skitz so much, he's kind of got his number in a lot of ways. We're seeing right now, though, maybe not the case that quick. Their combo, like, he sure does have a combo game.
But I think not being so confident in Atomic definitely makes sense because Atomic is a guy who plays out of region very, very well as of late. I mean, in the past year or so, if I'm not mistaken, he's definitely made a climb in, like, he's made a name for himself, not only here in DFW, but elsewhere.
Yeah, I think one of those players in the whole nation at this point. I mean, we keep seeing him take more and more names, and certainly number 2 is good.
As a Greninja player here who also saw somebody else, how do you feel about outplacing Wasabi, that out-of-region Greninja player?
My bracket might have been easier than his. But he's really good. I'm glad to have him here. So.
Did you know Wasabi prior to this?
I did. Yeah, he's ranked in North Carolina. So.
Thank you. We were trying to figure that out here. Me and Thrillo were wondering, he's got to be a high-ranked player wherever he's from.
He's so clean. Like, you can watch it.
I got to see 2 sets. He's so good. Unfortunately, he fell to Skitz and then to somebody else, so he couldn't get through the DFW PR gauntlet. But he did take a win off a skeleton. That was his big PR win here. Tied even 2-2, though. What do we...
Maybe in the match, there's bouncing back and forth. We remember that Skitz, he had that really strong start with that 63, so I think Atomic starts a lot of games like that, actually, where he takes a bit to find his footing, and then he really brings it back in that back half of it that we're seeing right now.
And you definitely know Skitz, and we've all known Skitz over time. You know, shout out Gum back in when it was a thing.
The boys.
The boys. What is Skitz' real strength? Do you have an idea on what Skitz' real strength is?
Skitz, he has a lot of similarities to Beastly in a lot of ways, where he's really fundamentally solid. He does not mess up very often. And then if he plays his game, at the end of it, he's going to have that locked.
Exactly.
And when he comes around, it's all business.
And what's something that you can say, I guess in Atomic's case here, what's his biggest strength? Is it his resilience, or is it his defensive options, or like out of defense options?
I think resilience is a good way. It's really hard to shatter Atomic. He's one of the most consistent players, and it's partially due to his character, where he closes real well if he plays his game.
But right now,
I'm sure Atomic's feeling a little bit scared, right?
I was gonna say, I see full waft Wario and my last stock hanging on by a thread. That should be the kill. It is. But still, you're playing, I've said it time and time again, when Skitz is in this position, you're playing on borrowed time.
Oh, he doesn't mess around. I mean, when he lost that rage, he knew exactly what move would kill Atomic, and he tossed like 3 of them out while he was invincible. Wario is really OP.
I can definitely see it, and that's the best way you want to do it. Once you're off the Angel Plat, come down, just get what you need, get the match over with, end it when you can. Because you let Atomic start cooking, it is terrifying.
That's right. Rob with that clutch factor on with all the different checks he has, you know, it can be scary. So good on Skitz for closing it out. Something that I know he doesn't feel super comfortable in all the time.
And I guess to the notion of the pressure there of closing a set out, how did your sets go, first off? Your losers run there.
Game 3, I was last hit versus Yanni. Yanni, big pop-off after beating me. And it was deserved. It was a very... We were in last minute hit mode for about a minute. I got you.
So it was really trying to play footsies until somebody got that hit. Mentally, what does that do? Like, how do you have to lock in? Like, is that something that you have to like really reach within to find?
You know, I've been changing my mentality for Smash Bros. Where I just have a lot of fun. So while we were in that whole last hit, I had a huge smile on my face. I was laughing. I thought it was so funny how we just kept hitting each other and just barely not killing. So
I like that, the kill screen joke there.
Yeah, we definitely have some players in this region who feel like they have a little more fun than others. I feel like Grayson and Cosma, they're notorious for it, where they always have a smile on their face when something's going really close.
That was not close.
That was not close. I think the first stock's going really nicely to Atomic, reminding us that he's not playing around.
My favorite thing about it all, too, is when you Just let him hit flow state, and we are seeing an answer back to that game number 1, and it is loud.
Yeah, that was a really good habit read on Atomic. When he matches the down tilts there, if he Skitz grabs the ledge right away, he's not going to have much invincibility since he was in the air for very long. So just catching Skitz pressing a button right after he hits that ledge, and that down air is going to get something close to ceiling after the first and second game here. So.
And one thing I also noticed too is Atomic is very, very good at using just like the late hits of certain things. He used the late hit of down air, or he's just going to straight up throw up smash out in neutral 2 times in a row and wait for it to hit.
Yeah, Skitz might need to grab another artisan wrap to get a power up after that one.
I wonder what
60 damage, man.
He said that's it. All of game 2, 60 damage. Couldn't even actually give him rage.
Yeah. You were talking about Atomic's strength. I think one of Atomic's biggest strengths is that low percent game. He is so good with it, hitting those late hits on things and leading into combos. And we saw that damage just cranked up, and then the stocks went just as fast.
That is and that was insane. Like I was like getting to watch Mutates here, like getting to see a really, really high caliber player from this side of the game. Because I mean, I used to be out there with you guys. I used to be playing, but now I'm on this side, and I don't often get to actually see all of it happen in real time. So just seeing people who compete at a higher level, who have that mental fortitude to be able to constantly just have that toughness within them to close out a game, even though they just got stopped, it's insane.
That's exactly right. It's good for Atomic because he's played Skitz so much, and both of them know they can take games off each other in the blink of an eye. So
One
they're
thing,
playing the game as much as they can.
Yeah, one thing I do like too is we definitely, like what we're already seeing right now, we're going to see both of these guys slow way down. Once they finally start finding their footing and they find out what they can and can't get away with, then they're going to ramp up that offense. They're going to follow through with the combos. But they have to wait for that golden moment, I feel.
That's right. See, Skitz taking his moment right here. Edgeguarding Rob, which is the hardest thing in all of Smash Bros.
You sure it's not getting back to stage while Steve is on stage?
Oh, that might be hard too, sometimes when he drops those blocks down. I really like this, how Abash picked Skitz too. We'll see if it matters more in the second stock, but if he gets an air under that platform, the uppers are going to start coming out, and Atomic's going to take a ton of damage to that big thing in the middle.
Okay, I guess let me ask you that as well. As seeing somebody who obviously has a little bit more studying on the game here, when you counter pick that stage, what is exactly do you think that they're looking for? Like, what do you think Skitz is looking for when he picks Hollow Bastion?
I think Wario, he likes the platforms a lot more than Rob. Rob's going to like those big open stages to catch Wario's landings with the projectiles and the lasers and airs and everything. So we have an 8-stage rule set here. Because of that, we only tend to see 2 of them. So Bastion and PS2 are probably going to be the 2 we see, with PS2 being Atomic's favorite stage.
Of course.
So
of course.
They're going to the nail right here, though.
Yeah, it's still the first stock for both players. 174 on one side, 143 on the other. Max rage for sure.
People, they make jokes about Rob not having kill power, but sometimes he really does struggle. I mean, that grab can be hard to find, and then the Nair doesn't kill Wario's big bomb until about 200, so...
I mean, yeah, exactly.
He's waiting.
He's a chunky boy. Like, that's what I've never understood about Wario. Why did we give him so much airspeed? Why is he so heavy? And why the heck does he hit so hard?
Yeah, I mean, he can't have all 3. He's not like that in the games, right? Like,
right.
He's vulnerable.
He's got to be. And you give him a free kill at the beginning of every game. Come on.
Atomic will finally react to neutral, get up with the grab right there, having those reactions on point and taking it. Oddly enough, it's still even though we saw how long Skitz lived, so...
And he's also got that full waft online, and we're going to see whether or not he decides to use it for the second stock. And I think what Skitz' like tried and true game plan really is not ever using it on the second stock. Oh. He likes to try to get the third stock kill, but I feel like he went there and just kind of sent the house on that one, hoping he would actually just go ahead and kill him off the side. But he is actually going to be the one who receives the killing move.
Yeah, you'd think Skitz would get a second waft this game based on how slow the first stock was, but based on the second one, I think Skitz has a real big deficit right now without that waft. Having to clutch up a game, probably without it, or maybe just a half waft. He's got something here, but...
I feel like that's the best thing, too, especially when you're trying to find everything else. Again, and I like the setup Skitz does there with the bike. He's able to use the extra extension of the bike on his hitboxes, try to bait out opponents and see what they're going to do with it and everything. But sometimes it's used against him.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Atomic there with full control of the bike and all these strong moves swinging at him. No gas left in the tank, as they say.
There was no gas at all in that tank as he sank down to the blast zone. 2 games back-to-back for Atomic.
Yeah, it was looking so promising, but then Atomic, he went Atomic mode. Not messing around. Like.
When players like this lock in, I mean, and this is anybody, this goes for anyone, you have to figure out a way to knock your opponent out of flow state, and I feel like doing that in and of itself, like we mentioned earlier with Atomic's resilience, how it's so just high and it's hard to crack him as a player. You've got to figure your way in. If you can't figure your way in, that thing's Fort Knox, dude. It's locked tight.
Exactly right. We're going to hopefully see us get some nice combo strings right here. 37 so far, but, you know, I think he needs a lot of momentum in order to bounce back from a game like that.
And I think the best part about it, too, is this is a best of 5. We're no longer in best of 3 territory at all. The rest of the tournament's best of 5, including the reset grands, if possible. But
hopefully.
We'll be here for a real long time, brother. I'm not as young as you are.
Okay, right.
Like, I'm hoping it's cleaned out, but I mean, we'll see. Skinny has been playing lights out all evening.
Fantastic player who can always make those upsets, too.
That's what's crazy to me is I just remember, you know, hearing his name, hearing about the Leo-in, but then getting to see him play here has been crazy.
Yeah, he's, I think, the most aggressive player who's ranked in the whole world. So, I mean, we get to see him every week at our different locals. It's truly a treat. Up tilt's not going to connect the up air. Fortunately for Skitz, he's going to hold on to his life every time you can see something that potentially kill from Rob, you know, taking in the boots.
I would be terrified too, especially seeing as it's kind of hard to tell right now with this Wario skin whether or not he's got waft. I don't think he's got anything online at the moment, but we wait about, I'd say about 15 more seconds or so, and he should have full waft ready to go.
Yeah, you can see the up air is dropping. He probably has it somewhere around here. Very clear choice to get his moves. When he has the waft, he doesn't have the waft. The up tilts and the up air are so much more prevalent. Ooh.
And I also think that there's another choice that he likes to use. I mean, I think the good idea here would be to go ahead and take the stock. You're already at 0 damage. You're fresh. He's at least like 70, which that half waft will kill off the side. Now you have that more time to build it up for that last final stock if the time limit goes through.
Yeah, and I was going to say Atomic's going to need to fish for some cheese in order to even up. But now after taking 79 damage from what looks like a true combo, we might need to see a little down air side B action going off on the stage here.
Yeah, you didn't know that up tilt into like 6 up airs was totally true?
Yeah, like, this Wario guy's okay, you think? I don't know.
I mean, he's kind of busted.
All full half great damage. Wreck up.
There's another thing, too. The choice. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. He got back. This is going to be scary, though.
He's going to try catching neutral get up because he needs to find anything that kills at this point. Big Waves is going to do it, though.
The sniper.
It's kind of like the bike where you can see it coming, and then you have to think about, like, oh, how do I weave around it in the moment? And sometimes it's kind of tough, like.
But I love Atomic's neutral right now. He is playing so well, keeping Skitz away from touching the stage. And it's so important. You do not want a player like Skitz getting back on the stage, because the moment he gets a chance to set himself up properly, like you said, he's going to look for these platforms, he's going to look for these moves, because once that up tilt hits you or that up air hits you, he can constantly combo you moving forward.
Yeah, Atomic's 1% game so destructive and has no trouble evening it up right now. Skitz, he needs to close this out or else, you know, he's not going to make Hugo sets again.
This is crazy. That's what's crazy is like you really think that he's in that position to actually get the kill. Why did you not go for the dash attack?
He has too much faith in Atomic for hitting his techs in the last hit scenarios. And it's going to be hard to find, especially how clutch Atomic and Rob are as a combination. Oh, Atomic full control of the bike too, just tossing all these projectiles at him. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on this ledge.
And this is crazy. Oh my gosh, you were right. Too much faith.
Too much faith. He knew that time. Like, to hit him with that fair, with that dash tag. My buddy. Good thing he closed that out, because he had like a full stock lead there. That would have been really disappointing for a young hero.
Down to 1-1. He had a full stock lead down to the final attack, and it is game 5. I would say I'm surprised that it's come here, but I'm actually like not surprised we made it to Game 5. I feel like this happens all the time with these guys.
Yeah, especially when you start playing each other so much, like these guys do. And, like, supported bracket, so many locals. They learn each other's habits and how to play, and they're gonna take games off each other for sure.
My favorite part too. My favorite part too is just definitely watching these guys actually kind of just put on display like their ability to play the game, let alone play against one another. It's a weekly thing for us down here in DFW, but for most everyone else, like you guys don't know what it's like to have to go through this gauntlet constantly.
Yeah, right. When you're in the finals all the time, like these guys have endurance for sure.
And I couldn't imagine the amount of sets y'all have to play, but I heard there's a really cool place you can play more sets.
There's a lot of them. You got what, Freaks tomorrow? You want to talk about? Like...
I mean, we don't even talk about that, but we can talk about what's happening May 11th, Low Tide City.
May 11th, Low Tide City.
Yes, sir. The last one. You guys got code Shockwave, $20 off. Make sure you check it out.
It's gonna be a blast. A lot of good players there.
Just the
outside
venue.
of Texas, yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sad I can't go.
Oh, unlucky.
I'm very unlucky. But what's not unlucky?
I'm in my room right now, so.
What's not unlucky is Skitz actually holding stage control here, even though, I mean, Atomic really does have a lot of damage to work with here. Skitz needs to take care of the stock. I'm just really afraid that the longer this goes on, the absolute worse it does get for Skitz.
Yeah, Atomic with that rage, once he starts getting some combo starters on him, things can go from bad to worse. Right now, he's been perfectly fine, but dash tag, how about a couple fairs, you know?
He's got to get some kind of kill move out, though. A back air, an up air, something is going to have to take care of Atomic here, because if he continues to let it rack up, this is what I know Atomic is very good at, is keeping the opponent away from him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Skitz, like, the best way to do it is off a ledge trap, but you just can't hit him that well. I mean, Atomic just cranking it up. I'm just going to get a roll, which is the easiest way to get off ledge, and with the down smash, might be a guaranteed edge guard.
He could not be there. He would have died. He knew.
Yeah, Skitz shakes his head. He knows what's happening to him in these near moments.
Okay, there it is.
Catches him with a little trap there. You know, the Diddy player yourself, you know about item traps.
Listen,
Make
man.
him go certain places.
Listen, dog. You just toss that item up, and it's like, hey, look, you can go up, down, left, right. Make your choice. I'm hitting you.
Yeah, we figure it out now.
Well, I mean, you kind of got items, too. You can throw shurikens at people, but it's not, you know, vertical. It's just horizontal.
Yeah, they're not hovering around the air for 3 seconds. Like, these overpowered characters on screen.
Listen. Okay, look, Sakurai, if you can hear me, Buff Greninja.
Greninja, hey, please, man. I'll be speed for you. That was a really big combo from Skitz. He got like 60 off the true thing. And honestly, when he has the big waft, he could always win.
What he needs to do, though, is he needs to try to at least get a chance to close this stock out, which he could very much so have the opportunity to do, but the problem is he's rocking over 100%. All Atomic really needs to look for here is probably a down throw, get that up air, probably close the stock out pretty quickly off the top. I could be wrong about what he does end up looking for, but at the same time, we're moments away from the end of the series.
Yeah, I think so for sure. How quick they're playing too. They're running into each other and over. So Atomic's trying to get another whip, another roll off ledge, though. That's kind of disappointing for Skitz. And he'll give him the handshake, knows how strong a competitor he is.
And he even